Y'all, I'm so tired. Oh my God. Anyway, Belle Collective. It's late. Bear with me. Tamara and Demond, they have a conversation outside about what the teacher told her about Taisha, her decorated friend, and her and Demond having an emotional connection. He said it's not true. He has a friendly personality, and his friendliness get him into trouble. I.e., I tend to do a little bit more than what I should. I act like I want to be with you, but then I don't. I just want you for the moment. And when I get what I want, I dip, which is probably what happened, okay? Probably in the midst of when Tamara and Damon were not together, he found an interest in Taisha. But when Tamara came back into the picture, he dropped Taisha off like a bad habit. And right now she's confused as to where she stands. Basically, it's just kind of like for what it is. Demond, I've already felt last episode, either you did not expect for this to come out on camera or you did not end things clearly with Taisha. That's why Tambra is in this high-pitched voice of, I don't think he has a relationship with her. Maybe she secretly liked him, and just say that because he does not have a relationship with her at all. It's irrelevant. I'm like, okay, Tambra. But girl, there's such a thing as fabricated messages, conversations that he probably allowed for you to hear that wasn't any red flags, but whatever. Marie is meeting up with Letitia and Latrice for lunch. First time they've gotten together since they reconciled. It's about baby steps. But we see cameras looking at Glenn and Letitia having an argument, and Latrice was me, peeking out on the side of the truck, not trying to be nosy, but trying to be nosy. To see them arguing, all she's seeing is finger pointing, like, oh my God, what's happening over here? So she wants to know, why did you follow me? Why do you have your friends following me? He said, it's for protection. Protection of what, Glenn? You wasn't thinking about her protection when you were out here having unprotected sex with other females and having possible a baby. So what do you mean giving her protection? What that mean? He's giving paranoia because he's worried that she might have moved on from him. Possibility. She can though. We know she not, but it's a possibility that the way that Letitia is moving is giving him a glimpse of what he might lose if he doesn't get his act together. I think she's really trying or laying it on extremely thick that she's acting like she's about to move on from him, but she's not. And saying how he doesn't need to be accessible to her 24/7, but other than that, it's just kind of like, dude, at the end of the day, you lost privileges and you're mad about losing privileges. So after he drives all crazy, Fast and Furious style, almost ran into the camera crew, she sits down with Marie and Latrice to tell them what happened and that Glenn lost his mind. He's assuming that I'm out here cheating. And she was like, wait a minute, that's what triggered him? That you're not accessible to him, you're trying to move forward, you're in this new attitude, and you're not available for him 24/7. He's thinking that you cheating on him. What a conundrum. Now he's worried about what you might have going on. He wasn't worried about that when he was sleeping with other females. So it is crazy that while discussing the crazy moment, Marie and Latrice are in the same area. Who'd have thunk it? After all this time, right? But they're not friends. They're not working on becoming friends. They're just working on becoming cordial with other people. And then Letitia's son is having a birthday party coming up, and they're invited to that as well. And all right, all you want to do is move forward. That's it, just move forward. But since Latrice can point out why Marie and her can move forward, we know what we've said to one another. But where do you, Keisha, and Tamara stand? Because quite frankly, it's a whole mess of the whole game of telephone that is not played correctly. So basically, it was from Tambra that said that Akeisha can be shady, but she's not shady. I'm like, what? So right now we need to get to the bottom of the whole who said this and who said that. Did you really mean to say this? Then let's be even more messy by Letitia bringing up Taisha, her decorator friend, and Damon, right? So she pulled Tamara to the side at Marie's birthday to let her know about it. And she said that Tamara got very defensive. And I was just like, girl, I cannot defend you if you're lying to me. And I'm like, what makes you think she did get defensive, Letitia? You're questioning her more than once about where do her and Demond stand. You asked her before. The way you asked her, it wasn't a friend trying to be out of concern. It was a friend trying to bust somebody else's bubble. That's what it was to me. Because you was interrogating her the first time. This time, you're giving the same energy, interrogating her about what she knows, what she don't know, and what you think she's not being honest about. That's what is bugging me. It's really bugging me. How can somebody be defensive? You know what I'm saying? You questioning about their relationship. Of course, gonna be like, what you mean? What you heard? And why are you so adamant about hurting Tamara like this? Because of what you're going through or still going through, girl, you don't need to keep on throwing your cloud of misery to other people. You don't need to do that. And you don't even have any actual evidence that it was a sexual relationship. All you keep on saying is emotional. Like, what? I don't know what's going on in Letitia's mind. I believe she's still thinking about what happened earlier between Glenn, and right now she's projecting or what she's dealing with on other people. And that's not fair. That's not right. Letitia, you're not really my favorite right now. You're really not. And I don't know what you're trying to poke holes into Tambra's story about. Like, she's not being honest. She's not telling you the truth. She's in denial. And I'm like, denial of what? You asked her in the beginning. She told you what was going on. You gave her the information. She didn't bite. She said it's irrelevant. Next. Worry about your relationship. Stop worrying about other people's. Letitia, go away. So ending it with Tambra planning an event for all the ladies to come together so they can all get down to the bottom of the whole who said this and why did you say that? Did you really mean what you say? Fine. Sophia, we get into Sophia's life. You know what I'm saying? She's been having a whole lot to say about other people, but here we are talking about her. So she and JJ have been together for 15 years. Been married for 4. It took some time to propose. They were living apart while they were together, and she was not about to move in with him all the way until he proposed and married her, because she wasn't about to give all of her goodies without getting something out of the deal. So then we get to her story. You know, she has 2 children from previous relationship, a son, Michael, her daughter, Dee, who is 6 months pregnant. And of course, we know JJ's story. He got the twins, Star and Sky, and Sanjay with Selena. Now, JJ and Sophia, they want to live their lives. You know what I'm saying? They want to have all types of Mr. Nasty time everywhere. Okay, the washing machine, the kitchen counter, anywhere. But their daughter Dee lives with them, and she's ready to kick her out so they can have more nasty time, walking around naked if they have to. And I'm just like, okay, but your daughter's 6 months pregnant. Where's she gonna go? So then she's talking about helping Latrice find a second building for her salon, and that will give Cliff an opportunity. No, what's his name? JJ, an opportunity to hang out with the fellas. You know what I'm saying? To get more involved with the other husbands. And then Sophia talks about how allegedly, even though she didn't say allegedly, that Glenn might have another baby out here. He's like, for real? Now, JJ automatically went into defense Glenn. You know what I'm saying? Give him a leg up or give him a way out of maybe it wasn't what you think it was. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he cheated for a different reason. And I'm like, what you mean for a different reason? Like, y'all all women just want to assume that a man cheated because he cheated. He could have cheated for a different reason. There is no reason for a man to cheat. Don't give me the... Y'all bringing me back to Love and Marriage Huntsville. That's what I'm hearing. Like, y'all just be like, stop. So basically wants to give Glenn the benefit of the doubt. Give him a stance as to why he did what he did. I'm like, I don't care. Don't give him a pass. Good night and goodbye. So a fishing trip is in the horizon. Letitia, it is Letitia's son's 7th birthday party. She's super happy, but everything is stressful. So mad that Glenn followed her. And as he followed her, apparently the cake for the birthday was in the back seat and it got smeared. And I'm like, this is in the same day? This was all in the same day. So she's mad that his name was swiped off. She should have picked up the cake instead of him. And she want to know where you at. Where you at? He's in traffic. He's on his way. So this whole scene with them trying to be on the united front wasn't working. Because while Marie and Latrice was there, they were, you know, cordial, being nice to one another. But Glenn and Letitia was not. Joshua came to his birthday party happy with his Spider-Man costume. But the energy between them was not good. Of course, you see Latrice talking to him, trying to see where his mind head is, especially after what happened earlier. And of course, he's a little bit mad that Latrice was the one who told Letitia about the baby. But she knew about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, she knew about the affair and the baby came out of it. Then Letitia and Glenn doing little jabs at one another. Like, they're both antagonizing each other to have a conversation, but not have a conversation because this is our son's birthday party. Even in the confessional, they wanted to come together as a united front to have their son's birthday be the best birthday ever, but it wasn't working. I was like, y'all both need to stop. Letitia, you keep on telling him to go somewhere, go sit down, do this, do that. And he's like, listen, can we talk? Are we together? Are we not together? And I'm just like, y'all need to stop. This is so not the time right now. This is not, all right? And it is tough because when he wanted to put some input of what to do at the birthday party, she said, you can go over there and stand in the corner while my son opens gifts. Girl, don't do that. Don't do that, okay? So basically, while he wants to know, where are we? Glenn, you cannot rush the process. You were the one who cheated. You were the one who hurt her. You were the one who broke up the family. You do not have the ability to control, to rush, to give a timeline of when you are sorry for what you did. You don't have the ability. Give Letitia the space to figure out if she wants to be with you or not. She is awarded that space based off of what you did. I don't know why you're making it seem as if she's just dangling this in front of you when she has the right to dangle this in front of you. You messed it up. Like, stop. I hate when men cheat on women, and when they get caught, they want to be like, what you mean? That didn't happen. Why are you making me look like I did something wrong? It wasn't me. It was you. Like, go away. Please go away. So he wanted to talk to Cliff. She said, go ahead and talk to him. I don't care. Letitia, you do care. You do care what he does. You care. And then don't embarrass me, don't embarrass me. I said, how can I embarrass you? Glenn, can we run down? How do you embarrass her? You re-proposed to her and then texted another woman. And there he is, a baby. Like, help me understand your mindset, sir. Oh, no. So she's not about to have this conversation on camera. She wants to put on a brave face for her son and for the show. Again, you guys are not ready to have this conversation. This is your son's birthday party. Let's be happy, people. So he wanted to talk to Cliff because Cliff is older. He's been around the block more, and he wanted some advice. And he did admit to Cliff that he did have people following her because the streets of Jackson is dangerous. I'm like, you wasn't thinking about the dangers of the streets when she was worried about the dangers of you giving her an STD. Like, stop. How I'm not trying to have tabs on her and this and that and the third. Cliff said you got to have trust, okay? But he feels as though if it was shoes on the other foot, I will be guilty. You are guilty, Glenn. Guilty. The jury finds you guilty. Everything you've done, you're being guilty. Like, you're contradicting yourself by saying if the shoe was on the other foot, it will automatically put you in the guilty stance because you are. You cheated on her. You could possibly have a baby on her. You speaking to other females. We just found out that your version of cheating on somebody is having conversations. No, I take that back. Your version is actually having sex with that person, not talking, not calling, not hanging out. It's intimate. Cheating is of all forms, sir. If you're having any other connection with your wife other than physical, that is cheating, sir. Anyway, he feels like I did what I did, but can you let it go now? No, she can't, Glenn. She can't. I wish that Glenn would have, oh my God, these names. I wish that Cliff would have told Glenn in the moment that you did this, sir. You cheated. Reap what you sow, take accountability, and figure it out. Work hard to fix your marriage, okay? Because she really holds all the cards right now to take you back. And I don't know what analogy he was using. He was using an eagle, a goat, like an eagle is about to come and scoop me down and drop me off and have me sell to the wolves. It was something like, what are we talking about? What? Eagles? I was done with that conversation. I'm like, boy, bye. So Letitia is looking at Glenn and want to know what is he saying to Cliff. What's he saying to you? He's probably lying to you. The only thing that he's bringing upon himself is more problems. His ego is giving him more problems, okay? But I just didn't like their interaction. Want to know, they go back and forth about how he needs to get his shit together and everything, and we're not about to do this at my son's birthday party. They go back and forth again. This is not the right time to have this conversation. I keep telling y'all that. I don't know why y'all won't believe me. So you not about to disrespect me. You not about to disrespect me. And the way that Letitia's body language was, Glenn's body language was, they've argued like this before. He's about to walk up on her. She's walking up on him. I'm like, this ain't good. Y'all done this before. Cliff pulls Glenn away. Latrice and Marie pulls her away. If they were not there, I think that they would have come to blows, or somebody would have said, and cut. That was perfect, y'all. Wrap it up. Great scene. Like, it's giving performance, okay? And again, not the right time to have this conversation. Y'all don't want to listen to people. So basically, it's like the only person who's going to be hurting right now is your son. Y'all need to come together for this, okay? He needs that accountability. He needs to fix it. And you need to let him know you're not the same 17-year-old girl that he met all those years ago. You are an evolved woman. And if he can't handle who you are, then there's no need for us to be together. Like I'm just saying, but we know where you are, Letitia. We know where you stand. So Marie meets up with Akeisha, which I found very interesting. And I love the entire interaction. So Marie wanted to get to know Akeisha on her own and not listen to what was being said about how Akeisha called him ugly. And she brings her grandson. Akeisha brings her son, who's 4. And when they met, it was like they've been friends for a long time. They connected so easily. So she just said, so what's been going on? Akeisha feels left out. She feels isolated from the other girls. And learning that Marie's a full-time grandma, her son has custody of his son. He's in college now, but she's now getting adjusted to having a baby in her home. She hasn't had a baby in her home in the last 10 years, which is her daughter, I believe. And of course, Keisha's giving her props for stepping up, along with her son stepping up and taking care of the child ever since such a tragic moment. It is emotional and crazy what her son is going through, and Akeisha definitely felt emotional about it because she is a new mom. She's an older mom, and she cannot imagine not being here for her children. I cannot leave my kids without their mother. I can't imagine that. So, of course, since Marie is taking care of everything, she has to figure out how to take care of herself, too. You know, she has lupus. Thanks to Cedric with his management therapy suggestion, she's gotten stronger. She has to be strong for the family. But I think that that weight of her holding everything needs to be lifted from her. Her ex-husband needs to step in and take care of the children that he had with her. Her son needs to step in and take care of his children. I understand you want him to have a college education and everything, but that's going to be on the back burner. He could take some night classes or something, but he needs to get a job, handle his responsibilities as a man. You're giving him leeway of living life without responsibilities. When he has three boys under the same age, okay? I don't know what his other relationship is like with the other baby mamas, but this isn't fair for you that you're taking on everything and he's just living his life without you being there to hold everything. But I guess that's what Marie wants. Marie wants for people to depend on her so she can be like, I did this, I helped them out, this is what I did for them, I guess. So she wants to be strong so that way she could be there to raise her children so they can become adults and take care of themselves. That's admirable, but that's too much stress on you, Marie. That's too much stress. And you're dealing with lupus and how she wakes up with pain. You can never tell if she is in pain because she's smiling. But she could be in pain every time and nobody can never tell. But this was a nice moment between Akeisha and Marie, and it was very grown up, mature of Marie to get to know somebody without hearing from other people that you shouldn't get along with this person. She's like this, especially with the ugly comment. She didn't jump on the bandwagon and just rolled off Akeisha. She got to know her for herself and she saw a different side. And I saw a different side of Akeisha and I liked it. So JJ meets up with the men, right? All the men, even Willie, got invited. You know, he a city boy. He know nothing about these country folks. He went and bought all the fishing gear plus the hat and the vest. So Glenn opens up about what he's going through, that his marriage is in shambles because it's over a rumor. Well, if it's a rumor, Glenn, fix it. Okay? So did he have outside relations with this woman? Yes, he did. So have you seen the child? Yes, he have. Does the child look like you? He said no, but I mean, everybody that's black has a big nose, right? No. That's a stereotype that's been put upon us. Not every black person has big nose or big lips. Okay, that's not true at all. And I don't know what's going on in his mind because of the baby, like how he's moving forward with everything. Like Glenn said, no, Cliff. Like Cliff said, listen, if the baby isn't yours, then step up and fix your marriage. If the baby is yours, then step up and be a man. Like, I don't understand why he's fighting it or why he's acting like there's nothing for me to do. And how he is, you know, fighting for the marriage. He's doing all this sweet loving and it's not working right. JJ was talking about as long as you're reading from the menu, you order something. It was something in the atmosphere of what he was saying. Willie did not know what was going on. He understands the southern accents and everything, but these analogies, I'm lost. So lost. But like I said in the beginning, Glenn is doing everything he can think of to get Letitia back, but he thinks that it should be enough, right? Why isn't it enough? Why haven't she forgiven me? Because she's not ready. And you shouldn't be tired of wanting to still do nice things for her. You shouldn't be tired of showing support. You should not be tired of being there for her when you've never been before. Because you're done being sorry, that means that she should have been taking you back. How many more sorries can I be? Until you don't do it again. That's how sorry you are. Until you change your ways. That's how sorry you can be. Until you stop doing what you're doing, you won't get the family back. I don't understand what's so hard for him to grasp that. How he's tired of saying sorry. When is enough enough? When you stop cheating, that's when it's enough. Then we get some more old secrets. JJ talks about a time when Latrice and Sophia was talking about how they all got together and everything, and they let it slip that Cliff slept with Selena all those years ago. Y'all remember Selena from Dancing Dolls? See Sanjay and the twins' mother? I was like, what, Cliff? No, you didn't. He said that was 23 years ago. And I was like, whoa, I want to know more about that history. Like, this was a day about fishing, and we're bringing up old fish. And Willie want to know what is so special about Mississippi, other than infidelity. What is so special about Jackson, Mississippi? I love that. But it was a nice time to see all the men come around and hang out and fish. Even Willie caught a fish, but Glenn just wanted an audience that it was okay for what he did, because he wants to be free of his guilt. You can't be free unless you be honest with yourself that you cheated, you hurt your family, and you gotta work hard to get it back. Moving on. So it ended with Tambra. Tambra has this Sistervention 2.0. Let's all come together and clear the room. And let's toast to the good life. We are women. We're excelling. We're black women. We're together more than we're apart, okay? Letitia feels a way about Akeisha that I don't like. Marie can't make it because she got a flare-up, but she'll be on FaceTime. And Akeisha feels a way about even being invited to the intervention because she wasn't invited to Marie's party. She didn't find out about Marie's party until she got her makeup done by Latrice's people. And I want to know why I'm not in a good place. And apparently, from what I heard at the party, my name was mentioned a lot. So why is my name in everybody else's mouth? So because she don't like the whole he say, she say thing, like Tambra said, because I don't like the whole he say, she say thing. Tambra is a whole walking contradiction, like Latrice said, because you and Keisha are supposed to be friends. You did not put your friend up on game. That one, she was not invited to Marie's party. Two, that her name was mentioned at that party. And three, you told us that she called us ugly, Tambra. Okay? And how did you not think this would stir up a whole lot of mess, Tambra? You in radio, and you don't know how to recite things right? I wrote, Tambra is not being a friend to Keisha because she's not. She didn't put her friend up on game. It was Latrice's people who told her everything that was said about her at Marie's party. I'm like, ain't this about it? Because even Tambra didn't get a chance to tell her. She said, even if you did, I found out about everything before you even think about telling me. So she really put her friend out there to be isolated. And listen, I was informed that I wasn't invited, but it was okay that I was not invited. And along with informing that you guys are talking about me, I was also informed, not by you, but by Josh, that I was being shady. And I want to know, how was I being shady? So she was told by Tambra to Letitia that you can be shady and I have to watch out for you. Here you go, Tambra. No, Letitia. I told her that she throws shade. I didn't say she can be shade. I said she throws shade. I'm like, Tamara, shut up. Shade is shade. It doesn't matter how you slice it, okay? It doesn't matter. You're trying to give definitions as to what was being this, what was being that. Girl, bye. The definition of being shady is ridiculous to me. But I was with Akeisha when she said, wait a minute, because putting my name with shady, it doesn't even match. Now, I'm not shady. I'm not conniving. I'm not deceitful. I'm not in any way backstabbing. No. So that type of shade, that's not where I'm at, okay? But Tambra is not making it any better because she can't even decipher what shade means and what's being shady. Same thing, okay? All of y'all are shady. But then we get to the dirty play thing again about how you thought I came with negative energy. But I think that from when Letitia met her the first time, after having phone conversations, seeing her in person, seeing how she's very braggadocious, she does things as well. She got this, she got this, she got this. Letitia felt the way about Akeisha. In the beginning, I felt that way too, but I also realized how Letitia had more of a irritation about her. She was mostly mad that there was somebody else who had the same amount of connection, that and more, of Fair Street. That's where Letitia's energy to me is coming from. Because the whole empowerment thing, this and that and the third, I'm like, okay, Letitia, you're mostly mad that there's somebody else who carries more weight of actually having connections with Fair Street than you do, and you're mad about that. Because the whole energy thing, listen, we get to the whole dirty plate thing. Like, I wasn't coming at you being shady that my plate was dirty. I'm telling you, my plate was dirty. And the way that your response was, I fed off that response. That's what that was, okay? So I wasn't coming to come at you. I had a reason. And listen, in the day, she feels insecurity and she feels jealousy from Letitia. And I feel the same way. I feel the exact same way. And I don't know what Letitia is coming off as, because she keeps on talking about a seat at the table, a seat at the table. Girl, is you the queen? Is you King Arthur? What is you talking about? I really do think that Letitia wants recognition that she was the one who brought all the ladies together for the Belle Collective. So she wants Akeisha to remember her place. Like, girl, I brought you here. That's what I did. But at the end of the day, girl, if you want to bring me a seat at the table, bring me to the table, make sure your plates are clean. How about that? And I was with Akeisha. Shut her right on up. Yes, Akeisha, shut her up. Because Letitia, you missing me. Okay? She's not about to kiss your ass for nothing, okay? And then next episode, baby, Tambra gonna speak for real this time. She's not gonna be like, oh my God, like, I don't know what's going on here. She's not gonna do that. She's gonna be slamming tables, standing up, getting in other people's faces, because we're gonna find out, did Akeisha call them ugly? And I wanna know, what ugly do you mean? Ugly in spirit, ugly in the situation that occurred, or did you mean ugly in appearances? Because she said she never said that. That's what she said. And Tambra, honey, you lying. You a liar, okay? Saying how she throws shade. She didn't say this. No, that's not what I said. That Tambra. I was trying to defend you with Damon, but right now that I could defend you for this, honey, because you left Akeisha out to rot. You left her under the bus to get ran over. That's what you did, okay? But y'all, that's it. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for the next video, and I'm gonna see you guys later. Bye.